Hey everybody, Zero here. I'm sorry in advance if it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera because I'm using my Android phone and the lens is kind of like way off to the side, so if I'm looking at the actual screen then it makes it look like I'm looking way off in the distance. So this is just a quick video for like game related, because that's usually what's on my channel is game related stuff. But a game just came out recently. I think it was this last week on Tuesday, I think. Yeah. Shovel Knight, if you haven't heard of it, it was a Kickstarter funded game. You might also have heard of Mighty Number 9 if you're following Kickstarter games and stuff like that. Mighty Number 9 is basically like a Mega Man spiritual spin-off, since the guy who made Mega Man left the Capcom and all that junk. But so Shovel Knight is made by a different company, and they basically made a game that is kind of like a retro. I love retro games, so that's why I was interested in this game. It's a retro game. It's an 8-bit game. So if you like played Mega Man 9 on the, like you have a PS3 or Xbox or whatever, and you downloaded Mega Man 9 and 10 and you liked those because they were 8-bit style, they look like Nintendo games, like old school NES games. This is like that. So Shovel Knight is like that style, 8-bit. It's not as hard as like Mega Man, but still pretty hard. But luckily it's got like more checkpoints per level, so that makes things easier. But basically, it's a combination of the Mega Man, because it's platforming, DuckTales for the original Nintendo, if you've ever played that, because you can do like the pogo move, Zelda 2, as far as like when you're in the towns and stuff, walking around talking to people. And the map kind of looks like pretty much any Mario, Mario 3 especially, and just some other retro 8-bit games thrown in there. So, but the gameplay is amazing. It's super fun. It's pretty decent length for an eShop game. It's $14.99. So, some people are like, oh, that's too expensive, because a lot of eShop games are like $5 or whatever, but it's a pretty long game. It's like, in the Mega Man games you got like the 8 robot bosses to fight. Well, there's like 12 bosses in this game. There's a level for each boss on the map, so there's 12 main levels, but then there's also like levels in between that are more like, that have mini games in them, or they kind of like test your abilities, and you can like earn treasure and stuff like that. So there's stuff in between. Plus there's like towns where you can interact with people and do lots of side quests and stuff. So but in this game it's kind of interesting because you don't actually have lives. You just, when you die, you lose a little bit of your money, and money is like really important in this game because that's what you use to buy relics, which are, they give you special moves. And that's also how you upgrade like your hearts, which is your like life until you die. Yeah, so you want to collect lots of money. You basically do everything with a shovel. You're a knight and you have a shovel. You can do like a little pogo bouncy move with a shovel that you can use to bounce on enemies. You can shovel up, dig stuff. You can attack that way. And then, like I said, with the relics, you can do, there's like one for invincibility temporarily. There's one that lets you dig. I mean, I know you have a shovel, but like lets you really dig. There's one that gives you like a magic wand that shoots fire. There's like a whole bunch of different ones, and they all have like a purpose, and they can all be used to either make like a boss weaker, or to get through one of those like special stages I was talking about. Some of them are actually required to get through those stages. But it's a really, really well done game. It's super polished. The music is amazing. It's 8-bit style, old school music, great soundtrack, great gameplay. There's going to be some free DLC characters for it in the future, I believe. Like I said, it's $15. I don't know how many hours it'll take you to beat, but there's like a couple pages of achievements that you can go for after you've beaten the game if you want to like do some extra stuff. There's probably like a hard mode or a new game plus or whatever once you beat it, because I've been reading about it on the message boards and stuff, so I know there's stuff after you beat the game, but you definitely get your money's worth out of it because it's a really good game. It's very addicting. It's only available on 3DS and Wii U and PC, so it's kind of Nintendo exclusive, but if you have a PC you can get it off Steam, I think. But it's not on like PS3 or Xbox or anything right now. It might be eventually, I don't know. I don't think it's like a permanent exclusive or anything like that, but as for right now, it's only on the Wii U and 3DS and PC, so same price all across the board, I'm pretty sure. So I recommend you get it if you are at all into 8-bit games, if you like Mega Man, DuckTales, all that stuff. Really, really good game. It's been getting super high marks from critics and just normal people on, you know, websites and stuff. So I think it's definitely worth a purchase. If you're not sure if you're going to like it, maybe watch some videos on YouTube of some gameplay. But it really doesn't do it justice, because when I first looked at it, I was kind of like, this doesn't really look interesting to me, because I don't really care that he's a knight and that he uses a shovel. I'm not too interested in like the lore of the game, but it's really fun to play. So just wanted to recommend that since it came out this week, and also next week on next Tuesday, One Piece Unlimited World Red is coming out in America, which I'm surprised we're even getting. The last One Piece game we got was also for the 3DS, which was Romance Dawn, which that game was not very good. But it did have a very limited run as far as physical cartridges, and it was only exclusively available at GameStop, and you had to pre-order it. I believe it's the same situation with this new game. You can pre-order it off like different sites like Best Buy and Target and stuff like that, but you can only physically get it if you pre-order it at GameStop. So there's going to be a very limited run of it. I know the Romance Dawn goes for like $70 to $100 on eBay, just because it's that rare. This game is probably going to be the same thing. So I'm going to get mine physical. You can get yours digital if you want. This one's going to be available on the eShop for the same price. It's only $29.99. So, but this one's supposed to be a lot better than the other game. The other game was an RPG. This one's more of a, I don't know, not hack and slash, but it's like an adventure game. So look into that if you like anime at all. And until my next video, I will see you guys later.